Hello, and welcome to day 23 of my recombobulation countdown until my birthday. My mind has been busy pondering and recombobulating. It's where I don't, recombobulation at the airport is about pulling everything together, putting on your shoes. Where's my belt? Do I really want that? How do I carry this? You become more mindful as you recombobulate and put things back together after you've gone through TSA. And I want my recombobulation to be more inner than outer. Truthfully, I think you're just asking, what the heck matters? What is it that I've been doing because everybody else expects it of me, and what am I doing because it truly comes from my heart? And I've been spending these few days with my grandkids, and my 11-year-old grandson is autistic, and he goes to a school for kids on the spectrum that is an ABA model, an applied behavioral model. And my background's in psychology, and I understand the approach. And it's not just there, it's everywhere. But it seems like we are living under this top-down, power-over model on a wheel that keeps moving faster and faster and faster. And I'm really asking why? Why? I know that with my grandson, we've really attempted to take a different route with his autism, and just in the way that we tend to approach life anyway. It's more of a power with model that's more sunrise, floor time, for as if all of that autism stuff, to many of you may not matter, but it's more about that power with. How do you get compliance, not because somebody is threatening you or instilling fear or setting these arbitrary deadlines and putting all this pressure, but how do you live it from the inside out, whether it's a kid on the spectrum or any of us who might not be. Because when it comes from the inside out, it's from a place of choice, and you connect with your heart, and you're doing it because it matters to you, not because it matters to somebody else, or because you have a fear that something bad is going to happen or something's going to be taken away. And my grandson having a hard time yesterday at school because he was being pressured about the type of game that he likes to play is more juvenile than what his peers are playing, and he was being, in a sense, made fun of, not only by the students but by the staff, about playing baby games, where to me the game that he's playing engages his mind. It may be more juvenile, but it engages his mind, and it doesn't involve over-sexualized characters, and it doesn't involve violence and guns, and yet he's being expected to conform to fit in. And whether it's at school or just by society, it's like, where is that balance? And I think that's the sadness that I'm feeling today, that I want to express, is that I see, in order to keep the wheel going, in order to move faster and faster, we have grown so accustomed to thinking that the only way it will work is if we all comply, and it's the power over model. But how do we create an intrinsic way of being with one another. I see that not only for my grandson at his school, but for all of us, whether we're autistic or not, it seems like we are all, I just walk around noticing and hearing how we are all under that pressure of going faster and faster and faster. But is it really in service to the things that truly matter? Now, I'm not saying that we don't need to work together and that there doesn't have to be a leader or a boss or structure and guidelines. But it's the way of being with one another that when it's in service to going faster or conforming and complying, it's not about kindness and it's not about love, and we lose sight of bringing that to whatever we do. So my heart is feeling just really heavy, and it's just aching, not only for my grandson, but for my granddaughter and my daughter and all of us who in some way are on that wheel, with not enough time and centeredness to plug into the true self. And it's like you can grieve what you know you're losing, but we think that what's ahead is going to be bad if we do it from that place of heart. When I think my recombobulation awareness is with my aging journey is that I am too tired, perhaps from being on the wheel, and just more aware that it's kind of, I'm with my grandson. I don't want to do it. I don't see the why. We get pushed with the how. How? You just have to do this because the how has to happen. It has to be done this way, rather than the why. Why can't it be about relationships and from that place of connection, have the how emerge? So absolutely no answers today. And I don't think I'm looking for them anymore. I'm choosing to prioritize with making love the priority. And I'm willing to suffer the consequences of that. And I feel like being that, doing that, I'm hoping is the greatest gift that I can give my kids and my grandkids. And I'm hoping that, they do their best to live that in their lives against all of the odds. I don't know. That health, well-being falls apart if we don't take care of ourselves, not in a selfish way at the expense of everyone else, but in that centering yourself first way. In that way, I want to be self-centered. So that's my recombobulation for today. Thanks for joining me.